Welcome back to Super Rare Coins. Today, we're uncovering the top 3 most valuable wheat pennies that may look completely ordinary but could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. These rare coins are still being discovered in everyday collections, even in circulated condition. So make sure you watch till the end, because you might already have one of these hidden treasures in your pocket. Top 1. The 1944D wheat penny with a rare and highly sought-after profile, even in circulated very fine condition with visible scratches. At first glance, the 1944 wheat penny looks completely normal. It carries the familiar design with Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse. Millions of these coins were produced, especially during the mid-1940s, when the United States was heavily involved in World War II. In fact, most 1944 pennies were made from recycled shell casings, giving them their classic copper appearance after the steel pennies of 1943. But here's where things get interesting. While most 1944 pennies are common, a small number were struck under unusual circumstances, making them extremely rare. The 1944D wheat penny, minted in Denver, becomes particularly valuable when it features unique minting errors or rare metal compositions. These rare variations are what collectors dream about. Now let's talk about the condition. The coin we're focusing on today is not in perfect shape. It's circulated, graded as very fine, and even has visible scratches. Normally, damage like scratches would lower a coin's value significantly, but in this case, rarity beats condition. Even with wear and tear, the coin's unique characteristics make it incredibly desirable among collectors. In very fine condition, you can still clearly see Lincoln's profile, although there is noticeable wear on the high points, like his cheek and jawline. The wheat stalks on the reverse are still visible, but slightly flattened from years of circulation. The scratches tell a story. This coin has been used, passed from hand to hand, possibly for decades before being recognized as something special. So why would a scratched, circulated penny be worth as much as a luxury house or a high-end car? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Collectors are constantly searching for coins that stand out from the millions of ordinary pieces. When a rare 1944D wheat penny surfaces, especially one with a unique minting anomaly, it immediately grabs attention. Auction records have shown that coins like this can reach astonishing prices. In today's market, a rare 1944D wheat penny in very fine condition, even with scratches, can be valued around $230,000. That's right, a single penny turning into a life-changing amount of money. Another important factor is authenticity. Coins like these are often examined by professional grading services to confirm their legitimacy. Without proper authentication, it's almost impossible to achieve such a high value. Collectors want assurance that what they're buying is genuine and not altered or counterfeit. What makes this even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this could still be out there. Many people have jars of old coins sitting at home, completely unaware of their potential value. A quick look through your collection might reveal a hidden treasure. The key is knowing what to look for: the date, the mint mark, and any unusual features. The D mint mark on the 1944 penny indicates it was struck in Denver. While Denver produced millions of pennies that year, only a tiny fraction have the rare characteristics that push their value into the six-figure range. This is why collectors pay close attention to even the smallest links. Also worth noting that the coin market continues to grow. As more people become interested in collecting, the demand for rare coins increases. This can drive prices even higher over time, making coins like the 1944D wheat penny not just collectibles, but also potential investments. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket change or an old collection passed down through your family. It's the kind of discovery that can completely change your financial situation overnight. Stories like these are what keep collectors searching and hoping. In the end, the 1944D wheat penny proves that value isn't always about perfection. Even a scratched, circulated coin can be worth a fortune if it has the right rarity and history. It's a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking can hold extraordinary value. Top 2. The 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that appears ordinary but can be extremely valuable under the right circumstances, even in circulated, fine condition with visible scratches. The 1946 wheat penny comes from a fascinating period in American history. Just after World War II, the United States Mint returned to producing coins using the standard copper alloy after the unusual steel pennies of 1943. Millions of 1946 pennies were struck, and most of them are still very common today. These coins feature Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic wheat stalk design on the reverse, which is why they are known as wheat pennies. Now you might be wondering, if millions were made, how can one of these coins be worth so much money? The answer lies in rarity, but not the kind you can always see at first glance. While the majority of 1946 pennies are common, a very small number were struck with unusual characteristics, minting errors, or rare die variations that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. The version we're talking about today has no mint mark, which means it was struck in Philadelphia. Normally, that wouldn't make it special, because Philadelphia produced a large number of coins that year. However, when a coin from this batch shows a rare error or an unusual striking detail, it can become one of the most sought-after pieces in the coin collecting world. Let's talk about the condition. This coin is described as circulated and graded as fine, with scratches visible on the surface. In most cases, scratches and wear would significantly reduce a coin's value. You can expect to see moderate wear across Lincoln's portrait, with softer details on his hair and face. On the reverse side, the wheat stalks are still visible but worn, with some flattening from years of use. The scratches add to the evidence that this coin spent a long time in everyday circulation. But here's the surprising part: even in this worn condition, the coin can still reach a value of around $200,000 in today's auction market. That's because collectors are not just buying the condition, they are buying the rarity and uniqueness of the coin. If this 1946 no mint mark penny has a rare error or a distinctive feature that sets it apart, its value can skyrocket regardless of its wear. Collectors often look for specific details such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal compositions. These features can transform a common coin into a rare collectible. In some cases, only a handful of such coins exist, making them extremely desirable among serious collectors and investors. Another important factor is authentication. A coin with such a high potential value must be verified by a professional grading service. These experts carefully examine the coin to confirm its authenticity and assign it a grade. Without this verification, it would be very difficult to achieve a high price at auction. Buyers need confidence that the coin is genuine and has not been altered. The coin market has grown significantly in recent years, with more people becoming interested in rare and historical pieces. This increased demand has pushed prices higher, especially for coins with unique characteristics. A rare 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark and special features can easily attract competitive bidding, driving its value into the six-figure range. What makes this even more exciting is the possibility that such coins might still be out there. Many people have old jars of coins at home, inherited collections, or forgotten pieces tucked away in drawers. Among those coins, there could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The key is knowing what to look for and taking the time to examine each coin carefully. Imagine finding a scratched, worn penny and later discovering it's worth $200,000. It sounds unbelievable, but stories like this are real and continue to inspire collectors around the world. It's a reminder that even the smallest and most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. The 1946 wheat penny with no mint mark proves that you don't need a perfect coin to have something valuable. Even in fine condition, with scratches and years of wear, the right combination of rarity and demand can turn a simple penny into a life-changing asset. Top 3. The 1951D wheat penny, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but can reach an astonishing value of around $250,000 in today's auction market, even in circulated, damaged, fine condition. The 1951 wheat penny is part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was produced from 1909 to 1958. These coins feature the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1951 version with the D Mint mark was struck at the Denver Mint, where millions of pennies were produced that year. Because of this high mintage, most 1951D pennies are still very common and usually worth only a small amount over face value. So what makes one of these coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in rare minting errors and unique variations. While the majority of 1951D wheat pennies are ordinary, a very small number were struck with unusual characteristics that make them extremely valuable. These rare features are often difficult to notice unless you know exactly what to look for. Now let's focus on the condition of this particular coin. It is described as circulated and graded as damaged fine, meaning it has significant wear and visible scratches. You would likely see a lot of smoothing on Lincoln's portrait, with much of the finer detail worn down from years of handling. The edges might be slightly rough, and the surface could show multiple scratches or marks from circulation. On the reverse side, the wheat stalks are still visible but heavily worn, with less definition than you would see on a higher-grade coin. Normally, a coin in this kind of condition would not be considered very valuable. Damage and wear usually decrease a coin's worth. But in this case, the rarity of the coin outweighs its condition. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for coins that are unique, even if they are not in perfect shape. A rare error or variation can make all the difference. Some of the most valuable 1951D wheat pennies are known for specific minting errors, such as double dies, repunched mint marks, or striking anomalies. These errors occur during the minting process and are not intentional, which is what makes them so special. Since only a limited number of such coins exist, they become highly desirable among collectors. Even with scratches and visible damage, a rare 1951D wheat penny can still command a price of around $250,000 at auction. This is because collectors are not just looking for beauty, they are looking for rarity and historical significance. Owning such a coin is like owning a small piece of history that very few people have access to. Authentication plays a crucial role in determining the value of a coin like this. Professional grading services carefully examine the coin to verify its authenticity and identify any rare features. Without this process, it would be nearly impossible to achieve such a high value in the market. Buyers need to trust that the coin is genuine and accurately described. The high-growing interest in coin collecting has also contributed to the rising value of rare coins. As more people enter the hobby, the demand for unique and hard-to-find pieces increases. This demand can drive prices higher, especially for coins with confirmed rarity. The 1951D wheat penny is a perfect example of how a common coin can become extraordinarily valuable under the right conditions. What makes this even more exciting is the possibility that coins like this could still be out there. Many people have old coins stored away in jars, boxes, or inherited collections without realizing their true value. A simple search through your coins could reveal something truly special. All it takes is a keen eye and a bit of knowledge about what to look for. Imagine discovering that a scratched, damaged penny in your collection is worth $250,000. It's the kind of story that inspires collectors and keeps the search alive. Every coin has a story, and some stories turn out to be far more valuable than anyone could expect. The 1951D wheat penny proves that condition isn't everything. Even a coin with visible wear and scratches can hold incredible value if it has the right rarity and characteristics. It challenges the idea that only perfect items are worth collecting and shows that history and uniqueness can be far more important.